A journey into the afterlife. The significance of mummification in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians believed in a vibrant life after death. They called this place the afterlife. It was a paradise where they could live eternally. However, reaching the afterlife wasn't automatic. Their journey depended on preserving their physical body. This was crucial for their soul's survival. The soul, they believed, needed a physical form to return to. Without it, the soul would be lost forever. This belief led to the development of mummification. This sophisticated process was designed to preserve the body. It prevented decay and ensured the soul's safe passage to the afterlife. Mummification was more than just a practical measure. It was a sacred ritual, deeply intertwined with religious beliefs. It was a testament to their faith in the afterlife and the cyclical nature of life and death. For the Egyptians, death was not the end. It was simply a transition, a journey to another realm where life continued in a new form. Mummification ensured that the deceased were well equipped for this journey, their bodies preserved, and their souls ready to embark on their eternal voyage. The process of mummification was elaborate and meticulous. It began with the removal of internal organs, which were then preserved separately in canopic jars. The body was then dehydrated using natron, a type of salt, to prevent decay. This process could take up to 70 days. After dehydration, the body was wrapped in linen, with amulets placed between layers to protect the deceased in the afterlife. The final step was placing the mummy in a decorated sarcophagus, often inscribed with spells and prayers from the Book of the Dead to guide the soul on its journey. Mummification was not reserved for the elite alone. While pharaohs and nobles had the most elaborate burials, common people also practiced simpler forms of mummification, reflecting their own beliefs and hopes for the afterlife. This widespread practice underscores the deep-rooted cultural and spiritual significance of mummification in ancient Egyptian society. It was a unifying tradition that connected the living with the dead, the present with the eternal. Through mummification, the ancient Egyptians sought to conquer death, ensuring that their loved ones would live on in the afterlife, forever remembered and revered. This profound belief in the afterlife and the meticulous care taken in mummification rituals highlight the Egyptians' enduring quest for immortality and their unwavering faith in the continuity of life beyond death. The afterlife for all social classes and mummification practices. The elaborate process of mummification was a costly endeavor. Not surprisingly, the quality of mummification varied greatly among social classes. The wealthy elite could afford the most sophisticated techniques. These ensured the best preservation. Their tombs were grand, reflecting their status. For the less wealthy, simpler methods were used. These were less effective but still aimed to protect the body. Even the poorest sought to preserve their loved ones. They used whatever means they could afford. This shows the universal belief in the afterlife. Despite the differences in methods and resources, the fundamental goal remained the same: to preserve the body for the soul's journey. The variations in mummification practices provide a glimpse into the social hierarchy of ancient Egypt. It reflects the economic disparities and the importance placed on reaching the afterlife across all strata of society. The Ka, the essence of an individual. Central to the ancient Egyptian belief system was the concept of the Ka. The Ka was not just a simple idea, it was a profound and intricate part of their spiritual understanding. It represented the very essence of a person, their life force and their spiritual double. This was the life force or spirit of an individual. The Ka was believed to be born with the person and continued to exist after death. It was a vital element that connected the physical and spiritual realms. It was believed to reside within the physical body. The Egyptians thought that the Ka needed a physical form to inhabit, which is why the preservation of the body was so crucial. At death, the Ka would leave the body. However, the journey did not end there. The Ka had to navigate the afterlife, a journey filled with challenges and trials, but it needed to be able to recognize it and reunite in the afterlife. This reunion was essential for the individual's continued existence in the afterlife, a place where they could live eternally. This is where mummification played a critical role. The process of mummification was elaborate and meticulous, designed to preserve the body in as lifelike a state as possible. By preserving the body in a recognizable form, the Egyptians believed they were ensuring the Ka's ability to find and reunite with its physical form. This was not just about physical preservation, but also about spiritual continuity. This reunion was essential for the individual to continue existing in the afterlife. The afterlife was seen as a mirror of the earthly life, where the Ka could enjoy all the pleasures and comforts they had known. The Egyptians went to great lengths to maintain the body's integrity. They developed sophisticated techniques and rituals to ensure the body remained intact and recognizable. They believed this was crucial for the Ka's recognition. The more lifelike the mummy, the easier it would be for the Ka to find its way back. The more lifelike the mummy, the easier it would be for the Ka to find its way back. This belief underscores the profound significance of the mummification process in ancient Egyptian culture. This belief underscores the profound significance of the mummification process in ancient Egyptian culture. It was a testament to their deep understanding of life, death, and the eternal journey of the soul. Section 4, The Art and Science of Mummification, a Step-by-Step Guide. The mummification process was a complex procedure, deeply rooted in both the spiritual and practical realms of ancient Egyptian culture. It was not merely about preserving the body but also about ensuring the deceased's safe passage to the afterlife. It involved a blend of science and ritual, each step carefully executed with precision and reverence. The process was overseen by priests who were well versed in the religious rites and the technical aspects of mummification. It began with the removal of the internal organs, as these were most prone to decay. The brain was often extracted through the nostrils using specialized hooks, a delicate and intricate procedure. The organs were preserved separately, often placed in canopic jars. These jars were intricately designed and held great significance, each representing one of the 4 sons of Horus. Each jar was dedicated to a specific god, safeguarding the deceased's well-being. The liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines were each placed in a jar, protected by the deities Imsidi, Hapi, Duamutef, and Kebesenuef respectively. Next, the body was dehydrated using natron, a naturally occurring salt mixture. This step was crucial as it effectively removed all moisture from the body, preventing the growth of bacteria and fungi. This process removed moisture, inhibiting bacterial growth. The body was buried in natron for a period of 40 days, allowing the salt to thoroughly desiccate the tissues. The body was then anointed with fragrant oils and resins. These substances were not only aromatic but also had antibacterial properties, further aiding in the preservation process. This served a dual purpose, masking the odor of decay and further preserving the tissues. The oils and resins also had religious significance, symbolizing purification and protection. Finally, the body was wrapped in layers upon layers of linen bandages. This was a meticulous process, with each layer carefully applied to ensure the body was fully protected. Amulets and protective charms were placed among the layers. These items were believed to offer magical protection and were often inscribed with spells from the Book of the Dead. This served a spiritual purpose, warding off evil and guiding the deceased on their journey. The mummified body was then placed in a series of coffins, each more elaborate than the last, culminating in a beautifully decorated sarcophagus. The entire process, lasting around 70 days, was a testament to the Egyptians' advanced understanding of anatomy, chemistry, and their unwavering faith in the afterlife. It was a labor of love and devotion, ensuring that the deceased would be well prepared for their eternal journey. Section 5, Treasures for Eternity, Unraveling the Significance of Grave Goods. The Egyptians believed that the deceased would need everyday items in the afterlife, so they filled their tombs with a rich array of objects. These grave goods provide invaluable insights into the lives of the ancient Egyptians. They reveal their beliefs, values, and daily practices. Food and drink were common offerings. These were intended to sustain the deceased on their journey. Furniture, clothing, and cosmetics were also included. These ensured the deceased could maintain their social standing in the afterlife. Weapons and tools were sometimes buried with men, while women might be buried with weaving or cooking implements. These artifacts offer a glimpse into the social roles and expectations of the time. The inclusion of such items highlights the Egyptians' belief in the continuity of life after death. They believed their loved ones would need these possessions to navigate the challenges and enjoy the pleasures of the afterlife.